Hello to you all. I have two beautiful gray Legion branded cases right here. But before I show you what's in these, I'm gonna show you what is in these. So there's actually nothing in these. We're gonna be unboxing two Sig Legion handguns, but they actually first come in cases like this. Sig Legion P229 comes in a case like this, which pretty much most Sig handguns that I've actually at least seen come in a case like this. The 226 RX comes in a case that is actually a little bit different. There's a different texture on the box, and also it is a bit larger. Inside you get your owner's manuals, which I have right here, case, Legion sticker, all that, and you know what you usually get with handguns. Throw those to the side, and let's start with this. So once you get your actual Legion, mail some stuff in, register your gun with Sig, and they'll send you out this case that is cut for your handgun. You have two zippers, bring it around, open it up, and in here we have a Sig Legion P229. Comes with 3 magazines. It is cut out here, and if you do order some other accessories, and you get your little token admission into the Legion Club, where you can buy some marked up 6 Sauer products because they have the Legion logo on it. And it is a similar case with the other one. 2 zippers, same case. And this one has the 226 RX on it. A little bit different for the larger gun. Also with the optic, your coin, your medallion. Cut out here if you get any other options that come with it. And cut out for your magazines. So a quick closer look at the case. It is semi-hard. It's not like plastic anything that most handguns come in. It gets a little bit of bend here and there. There's no way to lock this, anything like that. So it's definitely not a approved case to fly on a plane, anything like that. And I would not say this is a range bag at all. There's no kind of handle or anything on it. It's just a really nice looking showcase, pretty much. The foam is not like the foam you'll get in a actual handgun case. So you know how you usually have something that's a little bit more squishy, gives a little bit more way. This foam right here is a lot more stiff. It's a lot more firm, excuse me. A lot better quality. This down here is a lot softer, but this cutout right here that the handgun actually sits in, it's quite nice. All right, so I have the 226 on my left, the 229 on my right, and the coins that come with them have the Legion logo on it, and the handgun that actually comes with it. And this is the 226 coin here. It's a little bit bright on it, but if you see, there's actually a little bit difference between the coins. The 229 coin is kind of distressed. It has like some black overlay on it. Same up here, a little bit darker in places and stuff like that. Whereas on this one, it's just straight clean silverish. But this is the coin that comes with your Sig firearm. And here are the Sigs. So I am a huge fan of Sig Sauer. They are one of my favorite firearm manufacturers overall. And I would have to say they are my favorite handgun manufacturer based on the fact they have handguns that are subcompact, compact, and full size that I like. Someone like CZ, I very much like their full size handguns, no doubt, and the compact handguns as well, but their subcompacts like the little Rammy, stuff like that, I'm not much of a fan. But these right here, they're actually not my favorite Sig Sauer handguns. Those will actually go to some other handguns, which I will tell you guys about later. But first we'll look at the 226 and I'll go over it, some of the features, what I like and don't like about it. So the 226 RX, and if you guys did, I know the RX does refer to this being an optics included 6-hour handgun. I believe this is the Romeo 1. This extra hood that you see around here does not actually come with it. This was placed on later. So I'll start at the magwell, the grip at the bottom, and I'll work my way up to you guys what I like, don't like about it. Or some things I wish could change or improve it. One thing starting off that I think could improve are magwells. As far as I know, the Sig handguns I have, they don't come with flared magwells or anything like that. Pretty basic, but you know, just train, you should be able to get your magazine in there, no issues whatsoever. I do like this pattern on the front of the pistol grip, as well as under the trigger guard and in the front. When I shoot, my offhand usually does come around this trigger guard if I do not have a light, and you have some more texturing there for my finger to grip on and hopefully, you know, help fight that muzzle rise. The Legion does have G10 grips. These only fit the Legion. The profile around here with the controls and everything is only for the Legion handguns. It does not fit other 226 models. So this is exclusive for this, and it comes with your little Legion logo as well. The texture right here on the magazine release is also a bit more aggressive than the magazine release on other 226s. And you have a little bit more rougher texture right here on the G10 grips. And around here, it's a lot smoother. Where palm swells in the back of your palm of your hand right here make contact, and where your thumb might rest here, you have a lot more texture, but then it gets smooth around here on these parts of the grip. Same here, same thing here. So this is where your trigger finger might rest right here, and has a little bit more texturing right there. The thing I dislike the most about it is this slide stop right here. So when I first originally started shooting Sig handguns, when I would shoot, my thumb comes over, or even the meat of my thumb, hand right here, it would always press down on the slide stop. Same with my favorite 226, still here. I would always press down on this, and what that would cause is from the slide not to lock back when the magazine was empty. So they made it smaller, but they made it too small this time. So I really wish it was somewhere between this size and this size, or there's something in the middle there that's would be perfect, but this is entirely too small. So when you're going to press this, there's just very little contact between this and your thumb. It's kind of feel like you're going to pinch your thumb. It's bad, and unfortunately, well, I haven't tried it, but what I've read, I cannot just take this and put it right here. If you already see the contours of the grips are not even the same, so I'm not even sure how that would interact. But man, I wish it was bigger. Because when I go for it, it takes a little bit more pressure. You really have to focus getting the side of your thumb to kind of bite down on it. That was a miss right there. They did make the decocker. They did make the decocker a little bit smaller, and that's not an issue whatsoever. You're still easily able to actuate that and not cause any issues whatsoever. On forward, the rail and everything, I believe that is standard or similar to other 226 models. And I forgot to mention the overall color is unique to the Sig Legion line of pistols. All right, so I have just the frame now for the Legion, and the frame on the Legion is just alloy, so this is actually very light compared to the stainless Elite. This is actually all steel lower frame, so the weight difference between these is immediately noticeable once they're in your hand. The Legion does do something or get something like right in the middle where I wish they did with the slide stop. But if you see, like on the Stainless Elite, if you notice the beaver tail, it is a lot longer in order for you to get a nice high purchase, high grip on the handgun. And on the Mark 25, there is pretty much no beaver tail, but you still are able to get a high grip. Just this digs into your hand fat a little. With the Legion, they give you something in between this and between that, a little bit smaller beaver tail, so you're able to get a good high grip on the handgun. And also, if you can tell, they do undercut this just a little bit right here. So I'm not sure if you guys will be able to tell the different profiles right there. Go up a little bit higher right here, and they dip in a little bit more on the frame. As you can see, it's a bit more straight up and down on the Mark 25 and Elite, whereas they have a little bit more of undercut, so you're able to really dig in, grip, fight that recoil. And here we have the slide. There are a few things that are similar and different from other P226 models. Both the ones I have here do have rear slide serrations, so you have something you're able to grip when you're cocking the, pulling the slide back. You also do have front slide serrations right here. This has a longer extractor and versus the other one that has a shorter extractor. And one thing that I do like the most on the Legion handguns are these X-ray sights. So they are very bright and they do catch your eye quite nicely. And on the front, you do have another tritium insert right there. But this is definitely something that I like the most out of the Legion series. This optic, it's a nice optic. I do not like optics on the P226 series. I like them on my CZs, Glocks, and everything, but I do not shoot this handgun as well as these with just simple iron sights. These SIGs, they already have a pretty ridiculous height over bore, and this optic just adds on to that. I'm not a fan. I just really like regular iron sights on it. On the top, you can see it is branded again Legion. And I'll show you some of the differences. So here is the Elite slide. And if you can tell, I'm gonna take this out real quick. There's a little bit of a difference on the guide rod. So this is the Legion, this is the Elite guide rod. There's a little hole in the front and a hole in the back. On the Legion, it's hollow. I'm not sure if this is hollow. And this might be heavier, but I think this might be like a full heavier guide rod to try to help fight that recoil. On the slide, you see this is 6 Hour P226, where this one, it just says 6 Hour. But on the Mark 25, it says 6 Hour P226 like this, but this one doesn't come with the serrations up front. On the other side, this has the longer extractor, and on the Mark 25, it has a shorter one. Now, I've had another handgun that's had the longer one. I believe it, I'll make sure before I say, but man, that thing was giving me some issues. I'll go over that once I talk about the P226 a little bit more. Overall, I do like this handgun. The one thing I did not go over with yet is the trigger. I believe a company called Gray Guns does the trigger job or made the trigger components for this specific one. I did add a Gray Guns trigger on my Mark 25 as well as the SRT to get a really nice trigger on this. But the triggers on the Legion, they are great. So double action, nothing special. But what I really like is the reset as well as the single action. You have your take up right there, you hit your wall, ready to go. And that's a really nice reset. Really short, so Double tap is nice and easy with this, but as I said, I don't like the optic. I really just like shooting iron sights, and it's kind of distracting. Even if I do just want to go after the iron sights, you know, the red dots there, why am I not going to use it? But you know, I actually do like this P226 more than this P226. Nothing's wrong with it. I have absolutely no issue if I had to take this, and this could be my only one. But actually, as of right now, this is my, if I could only have one, I'm leaving, only one handgun, this is the one I'm going with. But overall, you know, if you want something that's a little bit stands out from the other Sig Sauer handguns, it's a great color, great feeling, love the grips that come with it, trigger. It is a nice shooter. Just because I'm not as good with this versus something else doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. But if you're eyeballing this, this is definitely one of my favorite all-metal handguns, one of my favorite hammer-fired handguns. If you get this, you won't be disappointed with it. All right, time for the P229. And before I start that, actually, my first compact all-metal Sig Sauer handgun was a Sig Sauer M11A1, and that thing was horrible. It had a whole bunch of issues. I had problems to eject, problems to extract, and that really threw me off there. That was horrible. But this one right here, I like this one. I like the P229 Legion more than this one. I like the 229, no optics, more than the 226 with optics. Again, SIGs usually have a higher sitting barrel. I don't like the higher sitting optic. I just like iron sights on my SIG. And again, with the Legion, these X-ray sights, they are fantastic. I shoot this one better than the 226. That optic's not there to distract me. And this is a very nice gun. If you're looking for something that, you know, is not too big, too heavy to carry, and, you know, not too small, or has a low capacity for home defense, anything like that, you should definitely give this one a look. P229 handguns in general, they are great. But specifically this one, I do like it. I do like the features, which are almost all the same. You have the machine work on the frame, the undercut, beaver tail, great grips. I still do not like that slide stop right there. I do wish it was a little bit bigger. Great handgun, great shooting. Even though it's a shorter barrel, it is still very, very smooth. It's compact. You have 15 rounds. There is a little, just a little, what do you call it? You guys know what I'm talking about. That adds it to 17, you know, a pretty small, compactish kind of handgun. I'm not gonna go into that much detail about it because we already did that with the Legion, but I definitely do like this one. If I had to get rid of one, only choose one, still easily the P229. It's just a great little compact gun. Again, all the features are the same, and it's just a really, really nice shooter. I have not had a 229 at the same time I've had this, so I'm pretty sure the other 229 is going to be like the other 226s. But, you know, Sig Sauer is a great company, make great products, and this one is definitely a fantastic one. So the Sig Legions, are they worth it over, you know, your standard 226, maybe even a 226 Elite, stainless, Mark 25, anything like that? I'm gonna say no, especially if you get something like this. The Mark 25 does not come with a flat face trigger. It does not come with the SRT. Throw those in, they're not too difficult, and you can add little things here and there. You can still get a fantastic handgun already and have those little improvements there, you know, that do make it better. And, you know, night sights, I ended up putting those since I shoot this one suppressed a lot. But these are nice. They do come with little nice features. I like the color. I like the grips and everything. Is it worth the price tag? I'm not really sure what they're going for now. I know when they came out, they're anywhere from about $1,300 to $1,700. I believe before this, this whole issue, I believe I've seen these around $1,100. So I don't think they're as expensive as they used to be. Of course, now prices are a bit inflated. But if you even see a used P226, something like a used P226, M9, CZ75, I think those are some of the best handguns you could buy, even though they're used. They're going to be reliable, great shooters, soft shooters. Same with this. I don't believe, you need to spend a little bit more for the fancy case, medallion, and a whole bunch of 6-hour stuff that's marked up just because it has the gray color and the Legion logo. But if you just like collecting guns or something like that, and if you're a fan of the P226 or 6-hour like I am, these are definitely something you should keep your eye on, something you would not be upset about purchasing. Appreciate you guys watching. Enjoy your day.